Mr. Chairman, I had not intended to join this debate, but because it's a program that was initiated in Pennsylvania, I would like to perhaps put some evidence or witness forward as to what it's about. This is contrary to what Mr. Garrett suggests, that these are people that are imprudent. These are people that don't know how to solve problems, don't know how to make purchases. That just isn't true. This is not a new charitable program in Pennsylvania. It's over 20 years old. It's served 47,000 people. Less than 1/3 of the people that apply for this program get it. They just don't qualify. It mostly goes to the unemployed, because what we found in Pennsylvania is, unlike some of us that are more fortunate in life and have bank accounts and income and backup situations, or even families that they can rely on, some people who lose their jobs do not have enough money not to make the next payment on the mortgage, but the third payment on the mortgage. And they can anticipate the unemployment this time will be much longer than it was in almost any past recession that we've heard of. And when they get to that third payment that's due, they look at their 2 or 3 children, they look at their humble home, which in Pennsylvania, in my district, may have a value of only $50,000. The entire mortgage payment may be only $180 or $200, but they've run out of any reserves. They have no one that can come to their rescue, and their question now is to take their little family after 15 or 20 years in a home on a 30-year-long mortgage, and half of the home has been paid off. And they've got to decide to get their little cart from the gross supermarket, fill it up with whatever they can put in that cart, and they go out and they live under a bridge. Well, the experience in Pennsylvania, and the reason I and other of my colleagues have fought for this program, isn't because we're trying to give relief to people that aren't responsible, that don't know what the hell they're doing or don't care what they're doing. We're giving relief to people that I deal with in my office every day now, unfortunately. But because of the longevity of this recession, these are people, and they're not minorities, and they're not defective, and they're not all the things you'd like to insinuate that these programs are about. These are average, good American people. Most of them have been veterans or served, responsible, have worked all their lives, but they are not full of money. They live paycheck to paycheck, and they always will, because they're in the lower margins of our society. And they call us up, they call me up, and they say, Congressman, I've exhausted all my friends. I've exhausted everything I know where to get money. I owe a payment to the bank, and I've got to take my family and live out in the cold or on the street or under the bridge unless I can find some way to make up for the loss of income as a result of unemployment. What can be done? Well, in Pennsylvania, for the last 20 years, we've been able to take them to the state government under this program, 47,000 of them, and make sure they keep their homes and they stay in their homes. And all we're suggesting, and it's not a cure-all for everything, it's not taking care of the useless, the wasteful, the imprudent. It's taking care of Americans that got in hard times, and so many of them today. 10% of our population is unemployed, and I'll tell you guys, I know there's nobody around this table that's unemployed right now, but maybe you ought to have an experience Mr. Cummings suggests. Get the hell unemployed and find out what it's like. Find out how few friends you have when you're unemployed. Find out what few sources you can go to get correction. All we're suggesting here is we've had a proven program that came and existed under Republican governors, Democrat governors, Democratic legislators, Republican legislators, and it has been successful. And now we're saying to America, to our friends here in the Senate and the House, $3 lousy billion can probably provide for 300,000, 400,000 families that don't have to go out their homes this year or next year. If that's too much, I'm sorry to hear that. Quite frankly, I think it's a proud thing, and I urge the Senate to consider it.